morning, everyone. Good morning. We've lit 3 candles in the past 3 weeks for hope, for peace, and for joy. Today we soon light the 4th candle, the candle of love. Now with this flame we signify that God-infused love surrounds us and fills us at all times, but that we recognize in a special way in the Christmas story. There is no greater power than love. It is stronger than rulers and empires, stronger than grief, stronger than despair, stronger than war and strife, stronger even than death. We love because the love of God kindles within us, and we need to share love's light with all to see. So let us now light the candle of love on this 4th Sunday in Advent. Thanks, Randall. Let us join our voices in this unison prayer by the wonderful theologian Howard Thurman. I will light candles this Christmas.
Candles of joy, despite all the sadness. Candles of hope, where despair keeps watch. Candles of courage, where fear is ever present. Candles of peace, for tempest tossed days. Candles of grace, to ease heavy burdens. Candles of love, to inspire all in my living. Candles that will burn all year long.
Our candles of hope and peace, love and joy, and finally love are shining bright. I invite you back tonight. We'll say more about this later on, but at 7 o'clock tonight for our Christmas Eve candlelight service, we'll light the final candle, the Christ candle, which will then be carried out into the world to share that light at the end of the service. So I invite you back tonight at 7 p.m., but now we need to sing. Let's rise up in body or spirit and belt out that great classic, Hark! Hark! The herald angels sing.
Joy
Please be seated. That is probably the most traditional Paradigm song we're ever going to sing here at Faith UCC. But isn't it just beautiful? I can't sing it without hearing Nat King Cole. I mean, it's in your heart, you know. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to our fourth Sunday in Advent on this Christmas Eve day. How strange does that feel to say? Just a welcoming visitors we have with us, first-time visitors, return visitors, family come to be with us. We're delighted that you are here. If you are visiting in person, go ahead and sign our friendship book, which we keep on the table in the gathering space. And if you're online, a special welcome to our online community, either on YouTube or Facebook. And if you would like to get on that newsletter list as well, just send a note, it says right on the screen there, to office@faithucc.org, and we'll get you on that. And also a reminder, if you're online with us, to our friends, welcome again. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, like and share. It helps us get our word out there. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Before we delve deeper into our Advent 4 service, let's not run right to Christmas Eve. We need to pause for Advent 4 here. I just wanted to remind you again, 7 o'clock tonight. It's one of our most beautiful services of the year. Nice and dark in here, candles glowing. And we'll have candles to carry outside afterwards. Everybody can light a candle. We'll sing Silent Night. It's just a really beautiful way. And this year, after we sing Silent Night outside, we usually end our service in silence. There's a labyrinth. I think we're going to have the labyrinth candle lit tonight. So if you want to continue your spirituality or spiritual exploration on Christmas Eve, you can go and do a labyrinth walk. That's something new that we were never able to offer before. So that is pretty cool. So Christmas Eve, we'll see you back here tonight. 7 p.m. And if you're not with us, you can join us online. We'll be broadcasting out. But if you're not with us, we wish you a Merry Christmas and safe travels to whatever you are doing. I want to just lift up a quick joy to start this service. Jeff and Betsy Gannier are in the house today. That is such a joy. We miss you guys. You're doing well up north. And we think of you all the time, every single week. So it is so good to see you too. We miss you. So come back. Can you drive every Sunday down? How many hours was it? How many hour drive? About 12 hours? 10 hours? Oh, leave about 2 a.m. You'd be down here right for the service every Sunday. Get back at about midnight. Perfect. Oh, you only get pulled over, right? Jeff and Betsy, it's great to have you here with us. It's a real treat. It's a real Christmas gift for all of us. Will you join me in a moment of censoring before we jump into a little deeper into our service here today? And service I hope you're going to find to be kind of a fun one. It's an interesting sermon, so I think we're going to have some fun exploring some old secular Christmas classics. But before we get there, let's just pause and breathe. Breathe in a sense of Christmas joy and love, like that candle that burns gently. Let go of any anxiety that you're carrying this day that's just trying to weigh you down, trying to sap your Christmas spirit. Just don't let it. Breathe that out in this time. Breathe in the beauty of Advent. The lights burning bright. Let go of the anxiety, the woundedness, even the grief. If we can do that even for a bit. Oh, Advent God, we continue our journey this day to Bethlehem's stable and a baby soon to be born that will manifest the fullness of hope and love in a broken world. Our ears are attuned to the song of angels. Our eyes are alert for Bethlehem's star. Guide us, great mystery that we name God. If on our journey we are distracted by the tempting offers of this world, keep our hearts aflame with the hope of Christmas and the promise of Emmanuel. We give thanks for the beauty and the dreams this day and this season inspires in our hearts. We give thanks this day. Amen. Let us journey ever deeper into our service together with our amazing choir.
when the baby cried.
There's a baby in the stable down in Bethlehem, and all the animals there have a gift for him. For the Lord who created every one of them is a baby in the stable down in Bethlehem. The sheep by the side of the manger bed looked down at him, and she bowed her head. She said, "This baby is a lamb like mine. I'll watch over him till the morning light." The donkey was last and said by and by, "I'll offer my back and he will ride. I'll carry him to Jerusalem. The people will come to look at him. There's a baby in the stable down in Bethlehem, and all the animals there have a gift for him. For the Lord who created every one of them is a baby in the stable down in Bethlehem. There's a baby. There's a baby. There's a baby. There's a baby. He's a baby in the stable down in Bethlehem. He's a baby in the stable down in Bethlehem.
All right, on this fourth Sunday of Advent, we continue waiting for the arrival of the one we call Prince of Peace, the baby Jesus born anew each year on Christmas Eve, born anew in our hearts, in our hopes and dreams, in our joy and our love. Tonight on Christmas Eve, we celebrate the birth of a love so huge the world could just not contain it. Until then, as the scripture from Paul's letter to the Romans attests, we groan along with creation in hope amidst the waiting. The good news is the waiting is only for another 7 hours. So be sure to come back tonight and continue to live the story as we celebrate the birth of the baby with the biggest streams of love the world had ever seen. All around us, we observe a pregnant creation. The difficult times of pain throughout the world are simply birth pangs, but it's not only around us, it's within us. The Spirit of God is arousing us within. We're also feeling the birth pangs. These sterile and barren bodies of ours are yearning for full deliverance. That is why waiting does not diminish us any more than waiting diminishes a pregnant mother. We are enlarged in the waiting. We, of course, don't see what is enlarging us, but the longer we wait, the larger we become, the more joyful our expectancy. Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside us, helping us along. If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. God does our praying in and for us, making prayer out of our wordless sighs, our aching groans. He knows us far better than we know ourselves, knows our pregnant condition, and keeps us present before God. That's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God is worked into something good.
That was beautiful. I'm gonna have to do a sermon on that sometime because this sermon is not on that. Saving that away. That's a message that we need to delve into. So I wanted to do a little something different today, given that it's a strange day. I think that comes like every 6 years. Give a leap year in there, but where Advent 4 and Christmas Eve fall on the same day. It's a very odd thing. It feels like we should have our service today and then still have at least a few days before Christmas, right? I mean, that feels very normal to finish up, the shopping, the cookie baking, all the card writing, and all the other things that we feel we need to do before Christmas. As I like to say, Christmas is coming. That's what I said in last week's sermon. Well, this year it's really coming, for it'll be here in about 7 hours. So I hope you come back for Christmas Eve. And if you just realize that, oh my God, Christmas Eve is tonight, and you still have shopping to do, it's okay. You can go now. It's okay. Go. Everybody close your eyes. You're not going to see who those people are. And you get a special, you get a special dispensation, Domine. You're going to go do your shopping today. Doesn't Domine mean shopping? Some special blessing, isn't it, right? Get a sign. Oh, okay, where was I? Seriously, though, the bummer for me, though, in all seriousness, is that it means that tonight will come and go, and then tomorrow will just fly by, and then boom, as fast as it all came in, Tuesday, it's like it's all gone. And nowhere is that going to be more obvious than the songs of the season that we love so much, those beautiful melodies. I mean, it has been all Christmas, like all the time, since you woke up on Thanksgiving, right? And on Tuesday, boom, you wake up and it's no longer the most wonderful time of the year. Mariah Carey's gone back into hibernation for another year, and chestnuts are no longer roasting on an open fire. It's like, boom, enjoy it, it's gone. It's gone. That's why today, for this sermon time, I want us to sing and revel in the really special songs of the season that we only get for a short handful of weeks each year. And I'm not talking about the churchy songs, the Jesus-y songs. Like, I know I'm in a church. Like Hark the Herald Angels song, which I love. And the sweet songs that we'll sing tonight. We'll sing those more sacred songs tonight in our service. Silent Night, Holy Night. Just beautiful songs. I'm talking about the songs that melt our hearts when the great crooners, come on our radios. Does anybody still listen on a radio? You know what that is, radio? Yeah. Reminds me, somebody wanted to loan me a DVD of, Northern Exposure. I said, I want to watch Northern Exposure because it's not on any streaming service. They said, I got the DVDs. And I said, I don't have a DVD player. Who has one of these things? That's the kind of like with the radio as well. I want to talk about the songs that we hear when those crooners come on over the airwaves, and they sing songs of hope and longing, songs of lament and dreams, songs of being with loved ones, and songs that can leave us, a little bit melancholy for Christmases of the past when times were really different. Now, this idea first hit me when I was watching for the first time ever, as I said last week, that great movie White Christmas. And I thought, I've heard Bing and others sing that classic song from that movie 1,000 times in my life, several thousand times probably in my life in different times and contexts, but I realized I don't know a thing about that song. But I can sing it by heart at the drop of a hat. But where the heck did it come from? I have memories of hearing that song when I was just a kid, as many of you, I bet, do as well, with my siblings and I, with my parents, decorating our Christmas tree. I remember that song. I have actual memories of laying on the floor under the tree lights, playing with my Light Bright. You guys remember the Light Bright? I just dated myself, but it was just, beautiful memories with these songs. And fast forward, I have memories of, listening to that song as Espy and I decorated our tree with our own little ones, over the years, decades later. And I've heard it countless times in between, in good times and in the bad times. I was listening to that very song, in fact, when I got the news that my mom had died. That was a song that was on the radio, because we listened to radios back then. And I remember it vividly when we were in the hospital for a few days over Fiona's first ever Christmas. That song was just there in the background. In the good times and the not so good times, I realized that it's like an old friend. These songs are like old friends, that have journeyed with us through our lives, like so many of you as well. But I realized I just didn't know anything about it, And so in that moment, watching Bing sing it on the screen in the movie, this sermon was born. And I wondered, well, what other songs, probably besides like every other song, do I also not know the history of? And there's quite a few of them, I realized. So today I want to do 4. So we'll explore the brief history, and then we're just going to stay seated, and we're just going to sing these songs, because they're such classics, and you see them up on the screen there. We'll start with White Christmas. Who in here is that their favorite song? Okay, nobody? Forget this sermon, I'm out of here. What? Okay, well, it's hard to pick a favorite, isn't it? Well, White Christmas, I bet for many of us here is one of the most iconic songs ever written and composed. Now, it was written by Irving Berlin. You've heard of Irving Berlin, right? And it was written and sung by Bing Crosby, though it was not sung in the movie White Christmas first. It was sung in the 1942 classic hit. Does anybody know it? Holiday Inn, where Crosby played the lead role alongside Fred Astaire. And the song went on to win the Academy Award for the Best Original Song that year. It's interesting to note that Irving Berlin composed White Christmas in 1940 while staying at the La Quinta Hotel in California. The story goes that he told his secretary, this is a quote, "Grab your pen and take down this song. I just wrote the best song I've ever written. Heck, I just wrote the best song that anybody's ever written." Apparently, Berlin knew a thing or two, for White Christmas is recognized as the best-selling single of all time, with estimated sales exceeding 50 million copies. I think it's way higher than that now worldwide. Apparently, the song's universal theme of yearning for the traditional snowy Christmas. Who doesn't yearn for that? And its nostalgic and sentimental lyrics struck a chord with audiences, especially during World War II. So many soldiers overseas found comfort and solace in the song, and it became an anthem for those separated from their families during the holiday season. I think we can say it still does to this day, all these years later. So I wonder what memories come to your heart and to your mind when you hear this classic song. Now let's find out by singing it together. feel good? That just feels good. Our second song to explore today is another iconic classic, and I will admit, every time I hear Frank Sinatra's voice singing this song, I just melt. And all the world just seems right. You know, just for a moment. I love this song, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Oh, stop. Another timeless Christmas song with a rich history. The song was written by Hugh Martin and Ralph Blaine for the 1944 MGM musical film. Does anybody know it? Meet Me in St. Louis. And Judy Garland's character on the screen up there, Esther, sings the song to her younger sister Tootie to comfort her as the family faces the prospect of moving away from their home to St. Louis. Now, it's interesting to note that the original lyrics, I had no idea about this, the original lyrics of the song were somewhat more melancholic and reflected of the somber mood of the film. You wouldn't know it today, but the lines, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, you know what the next part of it was? It may be your last. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. It may be your last. And then the next line was, faithful friends who are dear to us will be near to us no more. I know. I mean, I get it. It conveyed a sense of kind of longing and sorrow, and it captured that kind of wartime sentiment it was written in. But over the years, the song has thank God, it's undergone some changes, particularly to those lines, it'll be your last. Wow. Merry Christmas to you too. Because they wanted to make it more universally uplifting and maybe palatable to the public. So Frank Sinatra played a significant role in transforming this song. When he recorded it in 1957 for his album, A Jolly Christmas, he requested the lyrics be softened. And that line, it may be your last, changed to let your heart be light. And other adjustments were made to impart more of a positive and a celebratory tone. And since then, various artists have covered Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It's become a holiday standard. The song's enduring popularity lies in its ability to capture both the bittersweet emotions associated with the holiday season and the hopeful, joyful spirit that defines Christmas celebrations. I think they nailed it. Remains a favorite of so many today, so I wonder what it means to you. Well, let's find out as we sing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and not It Will Be Your Last. How'd that feel? Yeah. Our third song. You might know that guy, right? I guess with White Christmas, arguably a favorite among most people. It's called The Christmas Song. commonly subtitled Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. It was written by Mel Torme and Bob Wells, who composed its beautiful melody and words during this is interesting, a blistering hot day in the summer of 1944. They wrote this song. Not like, in front of the fireplace around Christmas. They wrote it on a blistering hot day in like July. In fact, Wells later told the story, this is a quote, "It was so damn hot that day, I thought I'd write something to cool myself off. All I could think of was Christmas and cold weather." So he wrote down a list of things in the song that give him a sense of coolness. And Mel Torme was his good friend, and he was over visiting, and he saw the list on the piano, and he was so impressed that he banged out a melody, and the rest is history. Now, per Mel Torme's autobiography, he wrote, "Improbable though it may sound, the Christmas song was completed in about 45 minutes. Think about that. Arguably the most popular song in history was written in the heat of summer in 45 minutes. I mean, that's really crazy. I love stories like that about music and some of our iconic songs. Now, Nat King Cole, as we know, is one of the most renowned and smooth-voiced singers of all time. He recorded the Christmas song with his trio in 1946, making history as he became the first black American to record a holiday standard. Pretty awesome. And he recorded this is really interesting. I didn't know this. He recorded two versions. In the 1946 first recording, Cole, who was a perfectionist, mistakenly added an S to the line of reindeer. He said to see if reindeers really know how to fly. But a stickler for perfection, he then wanted to re-record it. So he re-recorded the song a couple of years later, but that first recording, if you happen to have it, if you can find it, or if you owned it, is a true collector's item. It has Mel Torme saying reindeers. Christmas song is celebrated for its nostalgic and its evocative lyrics, which paint kind of a cozy and like idyllic picture of Christmas traditions. And the opening line, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, it's so instantly recognizable. It just sets this festive mood. Now, over the years, the song has been covered by numerous artists, but Nat King Cole's version remains the classic and perennial favorite. I heard a quote from Harry Connick Jr. where he said he wouldn't record this song because it was so perfectly done by Nat King Cole. Again, I melt every time I hear it, like the others. It has accompanied me through so many times in my own life, so I wonder what this song evokes in you, in your heart, in your mind. What memories come as you hear it? Well, you know what? Let's sing it and find out.
Song
was fun singing it with all of you. That was great. Let's do one more, all right? We're gonna, because it's in my script. How about that classic that sums up really today very well? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Now, oh no, wait, it's beginning to look like Christmas. Now, if you caught that, the song was originally called that. It was originally called It's Beginning to Look Like Christmas, not It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. So somewhere along the lines of the way that line was added in. The famous Christmas classic, it was written by a guy named Meredith Willson. Anybody ever heard of Meredith Willson? Yes. American composer, songwriter, and playwright, best known for creating the hit musical? The choir. The choir can answer all the music questions. Another movie I have not seen, as a confession. I've never seen it. I've never seen The Music Man, I know. It's on my list. It's on my list. The song was written in 1951 and describes the festive atmosphere and decorations that signal the arrival of the Christmas season. Each verse paints a picture of the various signs of Christmas, from the appearance of the trees and the lights to the bustling activities associated with the holiday. The song gained widespread popularity after it was recorded by Perry Como and the Fontaine Sisters in 1951, and the catchy melody and cheerful lyrics have contributed to the enduring appeal of this classic song, making it a favorite for so many people for almost 7 decades. Interesting note to this song is that unlike others, its composition is a bit of a mystery. Though there are clues hidden in the song, there are 2 main theories of where this song was written by Meredith. First, many believe it was written in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. And that line, the tree at the Grand Hotel and one of the park as well, refer to the city's famous Yarmouth Grand Hotel and Frost Park, which is just across the street. There are also many of what were called, does anybody remember these 5 and 10? Yes. It's basically like the dollar store today, right? Woolworth kind of thing, yeah. There were a whole bunch of those in Yarmouth, so that could be the birthplace of this yearly classic Christmas. But hold on. Hold the fort. We got controversy with a Christmas song. Because don't tell that to the folks in my dad's hometown of Mason City, Iowa. For they claim it describes Mason City instead. You see, that was Meredith's hometown. He spent a lot of time in Yarmouth too, but that was his hometown. And folks will claim that it's not the Yarmouth Hotel and Frost Park that are mentioned in the song, but the historic Park Inn Hotel, the last hotel, interestingly, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. That could make sense. And then there's a park right across the street called Central Park in the heart of Mason City. So there you go. We got a brewing controversy. Someday we're going to find out the answer to that question. And also, like every small town, Mason City had plenty of those 5 and 10 stores, those Woolworths and things like dollar stores as well. I guess we'll never know, and the mystery will continue, but it really doesn't matter, because when you think about it, the song has become so iconic that it basically fits into any city, right? Anywhere that has a hotel and a park and a tree, right where you are. So let's sing one more song. Let's belt out It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
missed the final verse, but you get it, right? You get it. That was fun. That was fun, and I have a feeling we could do this all day long, and if we didn't hit your favorite Christmas classic, well, don't worry, there's always next year, and Christmas will be coming again really, really soon. We know that, so we can hit that next year. My hope is that this singing sermon inspires just a little Christmas cheer in you, or stirred some Christmas memories, of your own past, of loved ones, maybe no longer here, or family celebrations you enjoyed, or just the journey we all take as we go from one Christmas to another, and trust that these timeless classic songs will always be there to greet us no matter what is going on, either in our lives or in the world. These songs are coming to be our friends. And so I wish you a merry little Christmas. And whatever you are doing tonight or tomorrow or in the coming 12 days of Christmas, may your heart be light. And from now on, may all our troubles and the world's troubles be out of sight. Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays. Hopefully we'll see most of you back here at 7 o'clock. Tonight where we will talk about Jesus, I promise. Amen. Very good. Rock-a-bye Jesus. See, we got some Jesus in here today. Yeah? Rock-a-bye Jesus. As we shift into a time of stillness and prayer, I want to lift a few things up here. I don't have any notes, so I'm missing, but I want to continue, just to encourage us to hold Barbara in our hearts and prayers on the death of her sister Cheryl just last week, and her family as well as kids. And You can go to Facebook page. I think I saw Cheryl's obituary there. You can read that, learn a little more about her. So our hearts are with you this day, absolutely. And to Cynthia, on the death of Gil, your father Gil, who was a winter friend here for many, many years, decades. And Gil and Gwen, remember them fondly. So thinking of you as well. And then any other concerns anyone wants to lift up that I can share from the microphone up here? If you have any, feel free to lift that up. Yeah, Jan, welcome back.
Peter's knee is bothering him terrifically, so he may come back in after he takes some aspirin. I don't know, he needs a little prayer.
We'll hold Peter for his knee issues he's going through right now in our hearts and prayers, absolutely. Yeah. Any other concerns? Yeah, in the back.
Me?
Yeah.
My friend Jerry was in the hospital recovering from a complicated surgery.
Janet's friend Jerry in the hospital recovering from a complicated surgery. We'll hold Jerry in our hearts and prayers as well. Thanks, yeah.
My father-in-law, Joe Del Giorno, is in the hospital after a fall. He's 90 years old.
Joe Del Giorno in the hospital, 9 years old, took a fall. We'll hold Joe in our hearts and prayers and give him our best if you talk to him. Yeah. Any others, concerns we'll lift up this day?
Frank?
Oh, Frank Job. Yes, Frank is in rehab. Saw him the other day. He's doing much better. We'll find out when he gets to go home, hopefully sometime soon, but he's really progressing. So hold Frank and Elfrida in your hearts and prayers this day as they spend Christmas and not maybe the way that they had planned to spend it. So Frank really wanted to be here singing, and they're probably online with us. So Frank and Elfrida were thinking about you this day as well. And heal up, get stronger, and get home. Any other concerns? Well, how about a joy? We got a couple of joys. Pat Sargent, tomorrow has a massive birthday. She's turning 80 years old tomorrow, and Meredith turned 80 last week. To anybody else with happy birthday, Pat. That's exciting. 80 is a big one. What can we sing for that? It's 80. Come on. To anybody with a birthday, it's for you. Happy 80th, Pat. You only turn 80 once. Come on, that's a big one. I hope you have a great day celebrating tomorrow. Isn't something else going on tomorrow, too? You got the real double gifter, didn't you? Oh, see, mine was last week, so I got some of them, but you are like on Christmas. Oh, here's your birthday and Christmas present. Oh, I feel for you, Pat. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a 63-year-old daughter who has a birthday tomorrow.
Oh.
It was not supposed to come until January. She decided she couldn't miss it.
Christmas Day. And what's her name, Carolyn?
Terry.
Happy birthday to Terry, 63 tomorrow. Yeah, anybody else with a birthday out there within this month here? I think we have a lot of them here, so happy birthday. Will you join me in a little moment of centering in prayer? Let's journey into a time of stillness together, and as we do, let the feelings that we're holding in this time journey with us. Some of us are feeling great joy as we celebrate this day. Others may be feeling peace. And some are definitely feeling grief or sadness or maybe a little melancholy for Christmas has gone by. We all bring something unique to this moment, and just invite us to hold that for a moment. As part of this time of stillness and centering, let us lift up those people that we hold in our hearts this day. They could be people we're praying for that we didn't lift up already, or places or situations. There's power in a name lifted in a sacred space and a sacred time, and this is that space and time. So let us now, in the spirit of Advent, hope, and love, lift the names of those who are weighing on us this day.
Joe.
Cassie?
Les.
Kimberly.
Bob and Karen.
Tyler.
Ted.
Dolores.
places of Ethiopia and Sudan with terrible ethnic cleansing. Doesn't always make our news. Continue now with these words from a beautiful prayer from Howard Thurman, who I love to invoke in this time of the year. Lord, Lord, open unto me light for my darkness. Open unto me courage for my fear. Open unto me hope for my despair. Open unto me joy for my sorrow. Open unto me strength for my weakness. Open unto me forgiveness for my sins. Open unto me wisdom for my confusion. Open unto me tenderness for my toughness. Open unto me love for my hates. And open unto me thyself for myself, for ourselves. Lord, Lord, open unto me. And if you'll join me in praying that ancient prayer that Jesus will grow to teach us from that Galilee far, far away as he grows and changes the world. And he asks us to pray the words that we call the Lord's Prayer. So I invite you to join me, and please choose your most cherished image, whether that be father or mother or creator or something else. Will you join me? Our Creator, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Someday I'm going to do a sermon series on that prayer. I think that might be maybe something good for Lent. We'll see. Because it is a beautiful prayer that we all grew up saying in some form or another, you know. A couple of announcements here. Again, Christmas tonight, Christmas Eve, 7 p.m., our most beautiful service, candlelight Christmas Eve service. So come on, if you got nothing else to do tonight, you know, this is where you need to be, right here at Faith UCC. If you're online with us, please come back and join us as well. We will be streaming tonight as well. And then next Sunday, December 31st, end of the year. Wow. New Year's Eve day, 10:30 a.m. We're going to do lots of Christmas song leftovers where you all have a binder and we just go through and pick out your favorites that maybe we didn't get to hit this year. So, and of course, we'll ring in the new year and we'll end maybe singing, what's that? Old Lang Syne, or what is that song? Old what? All Lang Syne. You know the one. Old Lang Syne. There we go. That's in my head for some reason. That's what it is. That's a great song. So we'll end our year by singing that. It'll be a beautiful moment. So next week, tonight at 7, come join us. And again, you can walk the labyrinth after the service tonight if you're interested in that. As well, I always like to say thank you for your incredible giving. I know we ratified the budget last week, voted that in. You can still make a pledge if you haven't had a chance to. We're still short for next year, and this year's not over yet, so I'm going to keep making that plug. You can still make that pledge. But if you're visiting with us and you're like, I love this, I want to support this, we do have plates on the back table. If you're online with us, just go to Vanco or go to our website and you go to Vanco or PayPal and you can give there anytime. Let's support the work that we do together, and I thank you for your incredible generosity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, as we conclude this Advent 4 service, we call this round 1 today. Let's rise up and bow to your spirit. If I don't get a chance to see you tonight, whether in person or online, I wish you the merriest of Christmases. If you're taking off after this and traveling, I wish you the safest of travels. Have a very, very Merry Christmas, and I'll see hopefully many of you back tonight at 7. Let's sing our way out of here. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with us. Christmas!
you.